Jane Toppan, born Honora Kelly in 1857, is a name that has become synonymous with infamy in the annals of criminal history. Her life story is a chilling tale of deception, manipulation, and murder. Toppan's heinous crimes, often referred to as the work of a nurse gone bad, shocked the nation and continue to captivate the public's imagination. Jane Toppan's early life was marked by tragedy and instability. She was born in Boston, Massachusetts, to Irish immigrant parents, Bridget and Peter Kelly. Tragically, both of her parents died when she was very young, leaving her and her sister Delia orphaned and destitute. The sisters were sent to live with different families, effectively separating them during their formative years. Jane Toppan's descent into darkness began when she was taken in by the Toppan family, a well-to-do family in Massachusetts. She adopted the name Jane Toppan and was raised alongside the Toppan children. However, her new family life did not provide the stability and love she needed. Jane's foster mother, Anne Toppan, was described as cold and unaffectionate, and this lack of maternal love may have contributed to Jane's emotional instability. As a young woman, Jane Toppan pursued a career in nursing, a profession that would eventually become her cover for committing gruesome murders. She trained as a nurse at Cambridge Hospital in Massachusetts and quickly gained a reputation as a competent and caring healthcare provider. But beneath her seemingly compassionate exterior, a sinister motive was brewing. Jane Toppan's reign of terror began in the late 19th century when she moved from one healthcare facility to another. Her modus operandi was to administer lethal doses of drugs to her patients, often targeting the elderly or the vulnerable. She would watch her victims die in agony, deriving pleasure from their suffering. One of her most chilling characteristics was her preference for experimenting with different drugs to observe the varying effects on her victims. She would even climb into bed with her dying patients, reveling in their final moments. It's believed that she may have killed as many as 31 people, although the true number of her victims remains a subject of debate. What made Jane Toppan particularly dangerous was her ability to evade suspicion. Her knowledge of medicine and her calm demeanor allowed her to cover her tracks effectively. Deaths that should have raised alarm were often attributed to natural causes, and her colleagues and superiors remained unaware of her deadly activities. She also formed close bonds with some of her co-workers and even developed romantic relationships with a few. However, these relationships were marked by instability and emotional manipulation, mirroring her tumultuous upbringing. The beginning of the end for Jane Toppan came when her erratic behavior and drug thefts raised suspicions among her colleagues. Her arrest in 1901 would lead to one of the most sensational trials of the era. During her trial, Toppan confessed to her crimes in chilling detail, describing the satisfaction she derived from watching her victims suffer and die. Her confessions sent shockwaves through the nation, and the press dubbed her Jolly Jane due to her cheerful demeanor during the trial. Her insanity plea was rejected, and she was found guilty of murder. Jane Toppan was sentenced to life in prison. Jane Toppan's case had a profound impact on the fields of medicine and nursing. It led to increased scrutiny of healthcare professionals and the development of stricter protocols to prevent the abuse of drugs. Her case also fueled public fascination with female serial killers as she defied the conventional stereotype of a murderer. Toppan's story has been the subject of numerous books, articles, and even a documentary. Her name remains a symbol of the darkest aspects of human nature, a reminder that even those in positions of trust can harbor the most sinister of intentions. Jane Toppan's life and crimes continue to haunt the collective imagination of those interested in true crime. Her transformation from a troubled orphan to a calculating serial killer is a chilling testament to the complexity of the human psyche. Her story serves as a grim reminder that evil can lurk behind a facade of kindness and compassion, and that even the most trusted individuals can hide the darkest of secrets.